This is our Med-Peds quilt. This celebrates the 50th anniversary of our specialty. As a specialty, we started in 1967, and in 2017, I was the proud MC of our 50th anniversary celebrations in Chicago. And so we were able to take pins and t-shirts from lots of different conferences and from the National Med-Peds Residents Association, and voila, we have this quilt. It actually isn't made of the t-shirts, it's actually made from paper. So actually this is fabric paper, and so we were able to keep the t-shirts intact and not have to destroy the pins. So this is a wonderful piece of history for our combined specialty. I think it's important when you put in the context of residency programs, particularly combined residency programs, is really understanding the history of the combined specialty. And so I have a lot of historic documents that hopefully you'll get to see on the web that highlight and showcase many of the different features and aspects of our history that really sets us apart from a lot of other specialties. What I'm really proud of is, some of our pioneers, and Dr. Lawrence Cutchin, who's a good friend of mine, was the first graduate from Med-Peds from the University of North Carolina program. And if you go in the Med-Peds academic channel under Curious, C-U-R-E-U-S, you will see that there's a biography of him talking about his years as a resident and his years as an attending, being the first one to graduate from a combined Med-Peds residency program. And so he and I have done a lot of talks about the history of Med-Peds, and it really makes you understand where we are today as combined programs in 2020. Some of the highlights of our history, not only having him as our first graduate, was that it took 20 years until the 1980s before there was actually a combined curriculum. Before then, each program was able to sort of come up with their own 4 years of educational opportunities and rotations, and there was really no set curriculum. But in the 1980s, there was a group of program directors that came together and wrote the first set of educational curriculum that should be the standard for all programs to come. And so after that, it wasn't until the 1990s when a lot of stuff happened. One is that we were able to be showcased in both medicine and pediatrics insurance books. Before that time, you either had to pick being an internal medicine doctor or a pediatric doctor when you were listed in insurance books for patients to choose a doctor. And so the American Medical Association, in conjunction with the American College of Physicians and the American Academy of Pediatrics, came out with a bunch of statements supporting and telling insurance companies that Med-Peds graduates should be duly listed in insurance books, and that was a real important deal. Since we're a combined program and our categorical programs are 3 years each in duration, it really took an act of Congress. Actually, it's the Balanced Budget Act of '97 under Bill Clinton that allowed the 4th year of residency training in Med-Peds, or any 2 programs that are combined that are from primary care backgrounds, which for us is internal medicine and pediatrics, would have their 4th year or last year paid for by the federal government. And I think that was a very important landmark, because in these times when money is tight, or when people are deciding on different ways to save money or eliminate costs, combined graduates or combined residents would probably be within the hash marks of cuts. But with the Balanced Budget Act of '97 under Bill Clinton, we were able to get support for our 4th year of training, and I think that was really a historical landmark. The Med-Peds Program Directors Association started also in the 90s as well. The Med-Peds section of the American Academy of Pediatrics came soon thereafter. The American College of Physicians sort of had representation from the Med-Peds community as well. And of course, the National Med-Peds Residents Association actually started in the late 90s as a newsletter before it actually had its first annual meeting and articles of incorporation in 2001. Fast forward many years later, in 2006, we are the first and the only combined program that is accredited under the Accreditation Council of Graduate Medical Education, or the ACGME. And I think that really solidified our future, saying that we're actually under the auspices and under rules from the ACGME. So people cannot really critique our curriculum, and because both the American Board of Pediatrics and the American Board of Internal Medicine tell us and allow us to take the same board exams as internists and pediatricians, that really it's very hard for anybody to argue that we're different in terms of our qualifications. And so it's really wonderful that graduates from Med-Peds programs are able to sit for both the internal medicine and pediatric boards the same way as our categorical counterparts.